Hello, welcome to Hope for Flint. I'm your host, Kristen Wolosinovich. So excited to have the cutest couple in Genesee County in the Hope for Flint downtown Ferris Wheel Studios, Spencer and Christy Rugsager. Hello.
Hello.
I did well, didn't I?
You did very good.
I'll say Rugsager, and you don't have to say Wolosinovich, and that's the deal.
Thank you.
Okay. So really excited to have you both here. You guys are restaurateurs. Is that the correct title, Spencer? Am I saying it?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Because you opened the Eberson downtown Flint. When did you open your doors?
We opened the Eberson June 4th of this year, so we've only been at it for a few months, but going strong.
You know what, Christy, I love it.
Thank you.
Love it. Inside, it is so beautiful. Where's it located?
It's located right on 2nd Street, downtown Flint, attached to the Capitol Theater.
Okay, so it's right next door to the Capitol. And what I love to both of you is the color scheme. Who picked out the blue, Spencer?
No, all Christy. All the interior design was done by Christy.
By all aesthetics you're giving to your beautiful
Yes.
wife. Yes.
It was definitely not me. I just know the alcohol side of things.
Well, I will tell you, and I love the concept of it. First of all, I'll start with you. The blue, the color, the inside, the interior, amazing. Did you pick that out, or did you work with someone?
Yeah. No, it was kind of all in my head. Just that look is starting to get popular, the mid-century look. So
The blue, there's just something kind of magical about it when you walk in. It's you rarely go into a setting right now that has that color. Maybe a house, but not a bar or a restaurant.
yeah.
And then, like you said, it's also kind of conceptually different. It's a game. You don't see that very often anymore. Spencer, whose idea was that?
I think it was both of our ideas. I mean, we found ourselves wanting to go out and find something else to do than the norm of what Genesee County had to offer, and so we found ourselves at different locations, in Metro Detroit area, that all had something unique to themselves. So I think that kind of got the gears turning into what can we bring to Flint that's a little bit different than everything else down
outlier.
here.
Is this your first go at running a restaurant, bar?
I've been
business?
I've been in the industry for 17 years, running different bars and restaurants. So I like to think I know a little bit about what's going on.
I would say so. Yeah.
The opportunity presented itself to us about a year and a half ago, and we jumped on it.
So since the launch in June, business has been pretty solid. It
has.
packed.
It's been really well received. I mean, we're adapting every single day and figuring out what our true identity is, and doing everything that we can to make sure that we're doing everything that we can to make sure that we're giving a quality product at the end of the day, and giving the community something different to enjoy.
Well, and I'll say too, even the inside's beautiful, but the outside and the windows, I mean, it just really stands out. So when we have people come in from outside the city, they're always like, wow, obviously people have this expectation of what they think Flint is, and then they get down here and they're like, oh my goodness. And we say, yeah, exactly. And, Capitol is a huge draw, and it's beautiful. And so I think you guys are kind of set up for success being right next to it. What great opportunity.
Yeah, and I think the space being located right at the Capitol Theater with the beautiful work that they've done there over the last few years, it was kind of I don't want to say a no-brainer, but kind of. When we knew that the space was available, it was like, man,
geographically,
we've got a one-up already, and we haven't even started. So
it's cool. Well, and a June launch, and now we're going into, mid-October, going into November. And I'm telling you, it's packed. So congratulations. I mean, there was a time when Saginaw Street had tumbleweeds going down it.
Yeah, I remember that time.
Did you feel there was a risk coming downtown? You mentioned looking at Detroit, but did you?
I think there's a risk anywhere. I mean, every market presents its
ups
and
downs,
and downs and challenges. And downtown Flint certainly has some as well, but we've both been, working down here for at least the last decade. We lived down here for a few years, so I think that we both know, or at least have a pretty good grasp on what the market is downtown and what you've got to do to survive.
Absolutely. And you have got to feel the uptick, especially like you said, being down here for 10 years. We talk about how amazing things are happening for the city right now.
Yeah, it's wild. 10 years ago I started down here and people thought I was crazy to work down here.
Yes.
And then the more, as time went on, we got more involved and really started to fall in love with the downtown area in Flint. And it was, when the time presented or the opportunity presented itself to us, we knew there was risk involved, but we couldn't be more excited to jump into it.
What a great opportunity. And you had mentioned working and partnering with Phil Schultz, and what a visionary he is, and what a great partner to have, very
Definitely.
smart and knows the industry, having 501 and all the restaurants for some time. So it's really cool. So we're lucky to have it down here. Well, and based on that success, why not open another space? Christy?
Why not?
Tell us a little bit about what's going on now.
So we recently partnered in Table and Tap, and that's going to become a restaurant called Zolo.
Zolo. How do you spell it?
XOLO.
XOLO. Is there a Facebook page?
There is.
Okay, excellent.
It's got the logo and everything on it, so you'll see it's cute.
Check it out, XOLO. And then when can we look forward to those doors opening?
We're shooting for the first week in November to do a soft launch.
Is that ambitious?
I don't think so. This week, really, everything is coming together. We've been working inside the space, and a lot of things have been done outside of the space, and now they're coming into it this week. So I think we're going to get a lot of stuff wrapped up. So I felt like it was ambitious before, but now I'm feeling pretty confident. Yeah.
Good. And what is the meaning behind Zolo, Spencer?
Do we have to say it?
You don't.
I don't know if there's really a true meaning behind it as much as, naming a bar and restaurant have proven to be a little bit more difficult than we had ever thought.
Oh, well, tell me about the Eberson.
The Eberson came from, a small, tight group of friends that we have. We would go pretty much over lists and lists of different ideas. Mm-hmm. And a good friend of ours, Fabian Silvas, out in California, who actually got me into the restaurant industry downtown Flint 10 years ago, which is kind of funny how it all comes back together.
Isn't it funny? That's the universe. We say it's the universe.
He sent a short list of about 4 different things, and the Eberson was one of them, and it just stuck right out. It made sense with him being the original architect of the Capitol Theater, and really tied things together for us, and I think some of Christy's design work.
Oh, I didn't know that rich history.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it just really came together, and you're absolutely right. It just kind of fits, and it's perfect.
Yep. And we saw it, and it was just kind of like an aha, this is what we're going to roll with.
Cool.
And went with it. So
back to Zolo.
Yeah, back to Zolo. It was just not as easy.
No.
I mean, we would go over lists and lists and lists because we want the concept to be, it's Latin street food and tequila bar, but we didn't want to have a name that presented itself as a Mexican fare restaurant.
Okay.
And we didn't want to go, too far to an extreme to another space, but I don't know. It was lists and lists and lists, and how can we tie it all together?
Sure.
And there was a little bit of draw to Zolo as well, with the X Bar being the
right above you, yes,
right next to us as well. So
next to you, that's right.
Yeah, so we'll be tying that in. It's kind of that speakeasy style now, which it'll remain, but we'll try to tie them all together. Maybe it being more of a back room to Zolo as opposed to a completely separate entity. Got
it. Wow. Okay, and that makes sense. And can you disclose the color scheme, or is that going to be a surprise? You don't have to.
No,
we can force people
fun.
through the doors.
I can say that. Yeah, fun and colorful.
Good. I love it. And tequila bar, right?
It's different. I mean, Churchill's has got all their whiskeys.
Excited.
We figured we could, capitalize on bringing in a lot of cool tequila, and I mean, it's a growing. It's a growing spirit for sure. I
will tell you, I am impressed with both of you. First of all, how great to work together and build this together and build these businesses.
It's mostly fun.
It is. If it's not fun, why do it? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not always easy working with your spouse, and there's a lot of stressors involved. So kudos to you both. Love the Eberson. Love that you are opening up a second space. Really exciting. And I love your outlier kind of, standing out from what's already down here. You guys put a lot of thought, not only a lot of thought, but it sounds like you have a lot of collaboration with a lot of trusted confidants or trusted friends.
Absolutely, yeah.
And a lot of which are direct competition to us. Kenny Latz is a good friend of ours that runs the Soggy Bottom.
Right.
I mean, he's like my best friend, but also my biggest enemy in the restaurant wars.
But I have to tell you too, what you're starting to see, and I think why the city's starting to become so electric, they used to operate in silos. And now you're seeing all this massive collaboration, and everyone's rooting for everyone to win.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're all winning because what's happening is there was a time, right, when everyone kind of scattered from downtown Flint, went to all the outskirts, And now guess what? They're all coming back. And now there is enough for everyone to win. And I'm so excited to see your menu, to see the tequila list. I mean, it's just really fun and cool.
Yeah, it's exciting. It should be, we're excited about it. It should be pretty cool.
It's going to be busy.
I hope so.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Well, I think you guys are going to, girl, I feel it. You guys are going to be super busy because now we're coming into the holiday season. And I think if you look at it historically, I mean, you would know better than me being in the industry. Once, Thanksgiving or whatever, people get excitable to be downtown, and then there'll be a lull probably in the first quarter. But that'll allow you to kind of tweak and see what's worked, what hasn't worked, especially with these new 2 back-to-back
Yeah, I think
launches.
definitely hitting the nail on the head. It'll be I don't want to say a test run, but get up and running through the holiday season, and then just like we do with the Eberson, day by day, week by week, adjust to how we've got to appropriately to make it work for everybody.
And I think, too, with so much that's happening downtown with everything, the hotels, and the Capitol is going to be hopping during the holiday season. Because we're going to be busy. Do you have your staff? Are you fully staffed at both places?
We are not. We actually just posted a Facebook post, a social media post, if you will, that we are hiring experienced cooks, waiters, waitresses,
excellent,
and bartenders for both locations right now.
But the staff we do have, if I can just say, are amazing. We have really great employees, and they're wonderful. So we
over at the Everson for sure. We've definitely got luck. I don't want to say lucky.
Well, you become a family, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, once they come in, they'll weed themselves out if it's not a good fit, and that's okay too. But once it is a good fit, it's like you become a family.
Yep.
That's really cool. Do you guys have kids?
We do.
We do. 2 little ones that they put up with. They put up with a lot too, with us doing the 2 spaces and whatnot, because it's, we work all day and then we go home and take care of kids and then we go back to work.
Boy,
all night.
girl?
Boy and girl, 8 and 2. So Maddie's 8 years old in 3rd grade, and Hudson is running around.
Don't let her grow up.
I know.
I'm going to tell you.
I
I got
know.
a 21 and 18-year-old.
I've seen pictures of yours. They're
Oh, thank you. Don't teach them to talk. That's all I recommend.
God, I know,
Once
right?
they talk, it's all downhill.
beautiful.
But
You're so right about that.
you know what, though? What's so cool, though, about having them so little is seeing mom and dad leading by example. And, they're going to be brought up in the industry, and this is going to be kind of a cool legacy for both of them. It's really 2 hip spaces. It's really pretty special, actually. So I'm very happy for both of you. So for our viewers and listeners, you guys are hiring, right?
We are.
Go to Facebook, check out XOLON Eberson 2 on Facebook, and then you'll see, because the upstairs in Eberson is gaming, all gaming, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
A third of the restaurant is all vintage arcade games, 80s, 90s.
Upstairs is the shuffleboard.
Upstairs we've got shuffleboard.
Do you have Galactica?
Galaga, yes.
Did I say it wrong?
No, maybe there is a Galactica.
Remember
that I'm
that?
not familiar
I am
with,
going to go
but
up there and probably relive I need
it,
Aquanet
yeah.
and
Sure.
relive my 80s.
quarter to play, and on Tuesdays they're all free.
Oh my gosh, and that's what's so great for the kids too. That's why it's such a great restaurant too, because you bring the kids. And that was old school days. You don't see that very much anymore.
No, not a lot. You do see a lot of, they call them, you can't say barcade because that's trademarked, so we'll just take that out of there. But
We'll cut that
vintage
out.
arcade bars.
Vintage arcade bar.
Are popping up all over the place. It's been a little bit more difficult than we thought to get some of those vintage arcade games because they're being bought up all over the country, it seems, nowadays.
Do you have a website for both?
Yep. Well, the Eberson.com is
Okay.
up and running. There is
Excellent.
a ZoloFlint.com, but there's not a whole lot of content at the moment.
So here's the big question. 3rd restaurant next year?
Hopefully.
Let's let
We
these
need a
2
little bit
grow
of
a
a
little
break,
bit.
I
Can we
think.
breathe?
We've got some ideas, but there's nothing set in stone right now, no.
It's so exciting. Well, you guys, I'm going to tell you, Spencer, Christy, the Eberson, Zolo launching. Again, the doors open
First week of November.
first week of November. Check them out on Facebook right now. Any other social media platforms?
Instagram.
And Instagram.
Instagram and Facebook. Check out their restaurants. I can't wait to eat the food at Zolo. I
You're gonna
cannot
love it.
wait. Get into Eberson. It's an amazing experience. And one thing that I did want to say as well is I have been in the Eberson when people have come in because they rent space out, correct? Like for a private party.
We do a little bit right now. We're still trying to, because it is
tweak
a
that a
unique
little bit?
space. And,
yeah. So I think it was like a shower. It was a wedding shower or baby shower.
Okay.
So I didn't know if that was a something you were kind of looking
We're
to
getting
grow?
into it. And it's because we've had a lot of inquiries about it for sure. But because of the uniqueness of the space and the layout, it's been a little bit difficult depending
Trial
on
and error.
how many
Yes.
people you've got.
Okay. Well, I will be in both spaces. I am so excited. What a dynamic powerhouse couple. So congratulations
you.
to both of you, Eberson and Zolo. Please get in there. Spencer and Christy Rugsager. You both definitely are hope for Flint.